welcome back to the channel. We gotta take a little sidestep tonight from that. Reason being, I put this thing on a lift today at work, just to see where that exhaust leak is coming from on the passenger side over at the turbo log. And I found it, and it seems that the exhaust comes from this side. The U goes under into the back side of the manifold, the turbo log, and then feeds the turbo, and then out of the turbo and down. This manifold, where that comes under and goes up to that manifold, there's a little like mandrel vent 2-inch input that I had to weld in. Well, it seems that it's broken at that input. And what was throwing me off is that when you look through the fender house, the side of the cylinder head is black, like it would be an exhaust manifold gasket. But that's not the problem. What's happening is I put the heat shield back on that manifold, so it's hitting the heat shield, looping around, and then hitting the cylinder head. And that's what's turning it black, making it look like a manifold gasket, because I grabbed the pipe and I wiggled it and it's moving. So that explains a lot of answers. Where all the boost went, why it's not making 20 pounds. That answers a lot of questions. So as you can see, I got the fans on here cooling all that side of the motor down. And then we're gonna get after it. We have to pull a turbo, pull a wastegate, get that out of the way. 4 spark plug wires, get them out of the way. And then down here we got a V-band, and we have to undo the V-band for the crossover pipe. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts on the manifold. And we're going to have to pull a dipstick tube as well. Get all that out and pull the manifold out. Take all the heat wrapping off of it. Pull the heat shield off. Pull all the heat wrapping off of it. Or maybe we might not have to pull all of it off. We might be able to just unwrap a few strands and get to where I have to weld and then re-wrap it. Hopefully. So I'm gonna pause you guys. I'm gonna let this thing cool off. I'm gonna have one of those, and then I'll pick it back up in a few minutes when I start ripping some shit apart. My goal is to get this apart, welded, and back together tonight, so there's no downtime. It's supposed to rain like a motherfucker, excuse my language, tomorrow, so I want to get my G8 in this garage tonight because that has a water leak. And I just haven't got to fix that yet either. Man, so I've just been busy. And then after that's done and whatever, then we can hop back on this and continue with our trans brake install. You know, nothing would make me happier just to start this tonight, but I have to get this done. So I'm gonna pause you. Sit tight, folks. Back to you in a little bit. For you, it'll be like that. For me, it's gonna probably be an hour until this thing is cooled off. So be right back. Okay. I left the oil feed and the oil drain line connected right to the turbo. Loosen it off the log, and I just pulled it up. Use a bungee cord to hold it up over here out of the way. And I got all the bolts out. Thank God none of them broke in the head. Got the V-band undone over there for the crossover. Wastegate dump and exhaust off the back of the turbo undone. And slid the exhaust manifold out. Now I had a few questions on my my wastegate placement and how it works, and I'm going to show you right how I got it in here. Okay, so crossover pipe comes in here. All of these runners are going this way, so this is all flowing together. Okay? It hits this merge here and then goes up to the turbo, where I place this at a perfect triangle. So the turbo is this way, the wastegate's that way. So it's a triangle point. It goes right, you can kind of see it right there, how it's a triangle in there. That's a perfect placement for it, unless we mounted it on the housing, which what I was gonna do. But believe it or not, I like this placement better. And then that way, if I ever have to wanna sell this turbo, I can do that. I could sell it, and it doesn't have a big fucking hole in it, in the housing. So that's why I opted to do it that way. So anyway, enough of that. Luckily, I didn't break any spark plugs. I'm probably gonna pull those spark plugs out when I go to reinstall it, which would be the smart move, while they're nice and easy to get at right now. I'm going to clean up that cylinder head a little bit as best I can with some brake clean and get it back to being at least decent. Well, you can't really see any of that, but I don't know, it's all carboned up. But now, here's where this comes in. If you look right here, it's cracked. See it? So like I said, the exhaust was hitting this on the inside, and just pushing the exhaust fumes right like this, right? Exhaust gases right towards the cylinder head. So we have to take this off, take this clamp off, unwrap some of this, and re-weld that, and then put it back together as best we can. I hate dealing with this exhaust wrap. It makes my hands itchy, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So, gonna pause you. Let me get some of this apart, and then I'll pick it back up in a few minutes. Okay. Here's a little better view of that crack right here. So, we're going to get all the shit off here. We're going to grind that up, clean it up, and re-weld it, slam it back together. Okay, so before I get too far here, we just turn this down. Hold on 1 second. Before I get too far, the repair's been made. I already welded it up. I just got ahead of myself. And that was all the old exhaust wrapping, and I just re-wrapped it with some new stuff. All the way up to I did the wastegate, and then put the heat shield back on it. Over here, I decided to I had a little bit left of that stuff, so I just did like 3/4 of this down pipe just to get it down deeper into the engine bay where there's some air movement, so it'll get the heat out. And I got to put a wire here and a wire tie here, wire tie here, wire tie here, just to make sure it's secure and tight. And that'll be it. And tomorrow I'll probably hopefully I'm gonna get this all back together tonight, and then tomorrow I'm gonna wash the engine compartment and get all that wrapping good and wet, and then run it. It'll take a couple days for it to dry out, but when it does, it'll be rock solid. So yeah, this stuff was kind of ratted and tattered. It's all falling apart, so it is what it is. So all right, I'm gonna pause you guys, and then I'll pick back up and I get a little bit further. Here's our wrap up. We have the manifold fixed. We got it re-wrapped with some new stuff. I wrapped the downpipe. Here, let me show you. So I re-wrapped the down. I wrapped the downpipe only about 2 feet down from here, just to get to where the air is moving. I just wanted to kind of contain the heat here. I still want to get a turbo blanket, so that's going to be, I'm going to buy one of them, I think, this week, I think. And I did the wastegate dump as well. I wrapped that. And I re-wrapped the manifold as well. I do, after I, disrupted the turbo and the manifold, and I put it all back together, I have a tiny, tiny little exhaust leak coming from in between here, right here in this area, and I got a pretty big exhaust leak right here. So, I might have to loosen the turbo again and loosen that clamp and retighten it to suck it forward, and then center the turbo where it's got to be, or something of that nature, or just live with it, because it's after the gate, you know what I mean? So it's going to be picking up some of these exhaust gases, and there should be no exhaust gases coming from this way until the gate opens. But so I think that we're picking up a little bit from off our turbo, and it leaks by here. Plus I have a muffler on it, so there is back pressure, so it is going to show an exhaust leak there. If I didn't have a muffler on it, I probably would barely hear that. But other than that, when you go down into the fender house down into here, it's silent. There is no more. It used to be a real bad exhaust leak down here, but that's all gone. So that's done. I have not driven it. It is it's like 11:30 here in New England, so I'm going to call it for a night. And tomorrow's Thursday. Friday and Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'm racing. Sunday I may not. I may bow out, but so that's about the end of it. But Friday and Saturday I'm definitely racing. So that's it, really. So tomorrow night we'll get on the tranny. We'll get that thing apart tomorrow night. I'm gonna leave this outside, set a table up over like in this area or right where the truck is. Something. Pull this transmission back this way so we have some working area, and then we'll start ripping and tearing, getting it apart, and start doing our drilling and our oil mods. And that'll be it. So I was planning on doing that tonight, but then, you know, that exhaust leak was getting really, really bad, especially after I heard it this morning. I'm like, man. And I'm like, that's where my friggin' boost is all going. So we'll know better tomorrow morning when I step on her. But so that's about it for tonight. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any comments, leave them in the comment boxes below. And I'll see you tomorrow night for tomorrow night's upload. Have a good night, folks.